Hey, I'm in here, back with another unboxing and unpacking, and we're going to continue with the collector's boosters of Murders at Karlov Manor from Magic the Gathering. Like, so far we've got an interesting stuff. A lot of new terminology that I'm not used to yet, but I also found out there's foil art cards, which seems like it will spread out into like a canvas type situation where it makes a bigger picture, and I'm always a big fan of that. But I don't think we're gonna finish that canvas, so it is what it is. So we're gonna open up 3 more packs, and we'll see what we get. As you can see, I still have some of the stuff from the previous unboxing still as like a guide of some sort. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So far the cards have been really interesting. Like, I see familiar names with obvious different abilities, but alright, let's see what we get with this first pack. Alright, first card. We got our Insight Source for 2 white. When this enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token, and then 3 tap. Target detective you control gets +2/+0 and gains vigilance until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Let's put that there. We got Agency Coroner for 4 black. 2 black, sacrifice another creature, draw a card. If the sacrificed creature was suspected, draw 2 cards instead. Oh, it was a 3/6 Ogre Cleric. And then next up, we got Person of Interest for 3 red. When this enters the battlefield, suspected. Create a 2/2 white and blue detective creature token. Okay. Next up, Sanitation Automaton for 2. So when this enters the battlefield, surveil 1. I mean, okay. It is what it is. Uncommons, we got a Case File Auditor for 2 white. When this enters the battlefield, and whenever you solve a case, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an enchantment card from among them and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast case spell. That seems really nice. So if you have like 4 of these and there's random cases, that might work. But like I mentioned this before, I don't know the power scale of this. So next up, we got a Polygraph Orb for 4 black. When this enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. You lose 2 life. And then 2 tap, collect evidence 3. Each opponent loses 3 life unless they discard a card or sacrifice a creature. Okay. Next up, we got Branch of Vitu-Ghazi. So tap to add that, disguise 3. So when this is turn face up, add 2 mana of any one color until end of turn. So you don't lose this mana as steps, phases, and end. I feel like that could be abused. So let's see. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps. So you can just do this at the very beginning and then save up, find some way to just recur. Especially, like, I remember there's like a card that doubles the mana, I think. I don't remember though. Like, it could be broken, but I could also be remembering cards incorrectly. Both could be true. So next up is our Swamp. Alright. Like I said, I like these designs, but it's not very... It really doesn't match the land. Just only, like, it only matches land by color. Alright, we got Demand Answers for 1 red. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact, or discard a card. Then draw 2 cards. Alright, next up is Expose the Culprit for 1 red. Choose 1 or both. Turn target face down creature face up. Exile any number of face up creatures you control with disguise in a face down pile. Shuffle that pile, then cloak them. Alright, our first rare, we got Lazav, Wearer of Faces for blue black. So when this attacks, exile a target card from a graveyard, then investigate. When you sacrifice a clue, you may have this become a copy of creature card exiled with it until end of turn. Neat. Next up, we got a Cryptic Coat. Reminds me of Jace. 2 blue. When this enters battlefield, cloak the top card of your library, then attach Cryptic Coat to it. So equipped creature gets +1/+0 and can't be blocked. And then 1 blue, return this to its owner's hand. Alright. Next up, we got True Identity for 1 white. When this or another permanent you control is turned face up, scry 1, then draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn, and the disguise is just a white. Not sure how I feel about this. I do like the art for it, though. Alright, next up we got Mythic. Delny Streetwise Lookout for 2 white. Okay. It's creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Neat. Okay. I feel like you can do some stuff with that. And then here is another part of the canvas. Probably a clue card. Yeah, it seems like all the canvas ones come with a clue. So, all right, maybe. I mean, we'll have 12 at most. I mean, no, because we've already gotten some that wasn't. Well, we got one that's a double token. Everything else has been. So we got. Oh, we do have 41, 42, and 43. Okay, so let's see if it actually combines. Oh, it does. That's cool. That's really cool. So that combines with that, and then this combines with this. Nice, very nice. I mean, we got a mini canvas, and that's really good. And the last card from this pack is Tolsimir Midnight's Light for 2 green, white. So it has lifelink. When this enters the battlefield, create a legendary 5/5 green and a white wolf creature token with trample. So when a wolf you control attacks, if this attack this combat, let's see. If this attacks this, it's hard to read with the glare. So target creature an opponent controls blocks that wolf this combat if able. Okay. Neat. I don't know how well I'll do with it, but neat. Anyways, next pack. Let's try opening up what the little notch they give. See how that works. Oh, I mean, not that bad. All right. The second of 3. Starting with Slice from the Shadows for X black. The spell can't be countered. Target creature gets -X/-X on a turn, just like that. Alright. Next up, we got a Reasonable Doubt for 1 blue. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Suspect up to 1 target creature. Okay, we got Make Your Move for 2 white. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. Neat. Next up, we got a Dog Walker for red, white. Vigilance, disguise that, and then when it's turned face up, create 2 tapped 1/1 white dog creature tokens. Okay. Those dogs look buff, though. Just pointing that out. I think that's like, I haven't seen that many multicolored cards in common rarity. Usually it's uncommon, but okay. Speaking of uncommon, then we got Absolving the Mouse for 4 white. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. So flying, when this enters the battlefield, all suspected creatures are no longer suspected. And then when this dies, you gain 3 life and suspect up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Next up, Expose a Culprit for 1 red. We already got this. Turn target face down card, creature face up. An exile number of face up creatures you control with disguise in a face down pile. Shuffle that pile, then cloak them. Alright, so we got Hedge Whisperer for green. You may choose not to untap this during your untap step. And then 3 green tap, collect evidence 4. Target land you control becomes a 5/5 green plant boar creature with haste for as long as this remains tapped. It's still land. Activate only as a sorcery. Then we got a forest. Alright. We got Makeshift Binding, which we got before. 2 white. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. You gain 2 life. Alright, we got Murder for 1 black. Destroy target creature. This has been in previous sets before. I don't know how often, but I do recognize it. So, next up, we got Massacre Girl. Nice. Known killer for 2 black. Menace. Creatures you control have Wither. They deal damage to creatures in form of -1/-1 counters. So whenever a creature an opponent control dies, if its toughness was less than 1, draw a card. I mean, I feel like the other Massacre Girl card was more fun, in my opinion, because that one is like when it's like creatures get minus something, and then when it dies, it chain explodes. I just can't remember the exact ability off the top of my head, but I remember it being more fun. But this gives you card draw too, so which is always nice. So next up, we got Leyline of the Guild Pact, I should say. So it's that. Very rainbowy. But anyways, if this is in your opening hand, you may begin with it like anyone like all the other ley lines. You may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Each non-land permanent you control is all colors. Lands you control are every basic land type, in addition to their other types. Okay. So I guess it can combine with the ooze, or not the ooze. Where was the other one? Maybe it was from the previous. Maybe it was from the previous opening. No, this one. Case file auditor. So 2 white. So you may spend mana as though it were mana. Oh, I mean, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, I thought they'll work well with another card I saw, but my memory. Anyways, we got a mythic one of these symbols, but we got Sophia, Dog Detective. 1 green, white, blue. When this enters the battlefield, create Tiny, a legendary 2/2 green dog detective creature token with trample. 1, sacrifice an artifact token. Put a +1/+1 counter on each dog you control. Whenever a dog you control deals combat damage to a player, create a food token, then investigate. Okay, interesting. Then the next up is we got a Doorkeeper Thrall for 1 white. Flash, flying, artifacts and creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Interesting. Huh. And here is our thing, which we already got before, 42. Did we just get this in the previous one? My memory these days. Yeah, we have, because it was the middle one of the 3. Weird, very weird, but it is what it is. RNG is RNG. And our last card is Archdruid's Charm for green. That looks interesting. But anyways, choose 1. Search your library for a creature card. Search your library for a creature or land card and reveal it. Put it onto the battlefield tapped if it's a land card, otherwise put it into your hand and shuffle. Put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Or exile target artifact or enchantment. Probably will. I feel like probably most people would do the first one, maybe the second one. Like there's always conditions, right? There's certain situations you would choose one over the other, but I feel like the first one will be picked more often in general. All right. So we got one more pack to go for this video, and then we'll be halfway done with this box. I think it's pretty interesting so far. I say that with every set, but still. Oh no, not again. I just saw the clue. So I'm just gonna see if it's the same one. It is the same. That's weird. We got 3 of the same clues, or 3 of the same, what was it, canvas cards, art cards you want to call them, and the same clue. So that is so weird. Like I would expect to have like different types of tokens, but I don't know. That is so weird. Anyways, first card is Murder for 1 black, not this one, but a different type of art. Destroy a target creature. Next we got Behind the Mask. As a blue. As an initial cost to cast a spell, you may collect evidence 6. Also, end of turn, target artifact or creature becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/3. If evidence was collected, its base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like this kind of looks like, but not really Nicolas Cage. I don't know if that was intended or not. It's probably not, but it is what it is. So we got Suspicious Detonation for 4 red. This spell costs 3 less to cast if you sacrifice an artifact this turn. This spell can't be countered. This includes By the Ward ability. Okay, that's the first one I've seen. I think you said it on the previous one before, but I didn't pay attention. But so this deals 4 damage to target creature. Alright, we got Loxodon Eavesdropper for 3 green. When this enters the battlefield, investigate. When you draw your second card each turn, this gets +1/+1 against vigilance until end of turn. Alright, we got a Furtive Courier for 2 blue. This can't be blocked as long as you sacrificed an artifact this turn. When this attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Next up, we got Insidious Roots. Very interesting, like, card art. Very simple, but complex at the same time, I guess. For black-green. So, creature tokens you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color, nice. Whenever one or more creature cards leaves your graveyard, create a 0/1 green plant creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each plant you control. That seems nice. I don't know, I mean, I guess uncommon because you need to have tokens or a way to generate tokens, and it's not as powerful as the rares, I guess. I don't know. It seems really good, but yeah. Next up, A Killer Among Us. Oh, I'm thinking of Among Us the game now. So we have 4 green. When this enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human creature token, a 1/1 blue merfolk creature token, and a 1/1 red goblin creature token. Then secretly choose human, merfolk, or goblin. Sacrifice this, reveal the chosen creature type. If target attacking creature token is the chosen type, put 3 1/1 counters on it against that touch on end of turn. Okay. Oh, so yeah, you have to choose as you cast this, so, and they don't have haste, so, okay, interesting. Next up is our mountain. Next we got It Doesn't Add Up for 3 black. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Suspect it. Okay. Next up we got Deduce for 1 blue. Draw a card and investigate. These cards look, I mean, even the case file ones look pretty cool. First rare of this pack, Blood Spatter Analysis for black-red. When this enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Whenever 1 or more creatures die, mill a card and put a bloodstain counter on it. Or on this card, I should say. Then sacrifice it if it has 5 or more counters on it. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Shame it's not to the battlefield, but then again, it only does cost a black and a red. Alright, we got a Hunted Bone Brute for 2 black. Menace, when it's under the battlefield, create. I think we already saw this one. Yeah, we already saw this one. So we got Charnel Serenade for 4 black. Surveil 3, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Exile this with 3 time counters. Huh. So Surveil 3. Return a creature card from a graveyard. Yeah, then, okay. This might be fun. Next up, we got Underground Mortuary, which is a land. It is a swamp forest and enters battlefield tapped, and then enters. It's a surveil land. And the last card for this video is... Oh, Niv is it? Okay, so it's rainbow, white, blue, black, red, green. So flying, hexproof from multicolored. So when this deals combat damage to a player, deals X damage to any target. Target player draws X cards, and you gain X life, where X is the number of different color pairs among permanents you control that are exactly 2 colors. So I guess this is where the leyline comes into play, for real though. Because the leyline lands are every type of basic land in addition to their other types. So that will pair well. What a way to end it though. Nim is it? How many different types of Nim is? I know there are at least 2 other ones, right? That I know of personally, but there probably is more. Surprising, no planeswalkers yet though. I don't know if there are any in this set. I mean, we got surveil lands, legendary creatures like Niv-Mizzet, Aurelia, and Tristani. But yeah, pretty interesting stuff so far. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.